Adventures channel, and we're in the middle of a polar vortex. I just did a mystery shop of Home Depot for winter storm supplies. Last week, during another storm, I did a mystery shop of Lowe's. It seems that the mystery shop of Lowe's is more popular than the mystery shop of Home Depot. It's kind of interesting. I did similar shorts and got a lot more views from the Lowe's shorts than the Home Depot ones. But both stores had similar stuff, although I did not really find the generator or the tarp section at Home Depot. It's been a long week. It's a cold day. And I just thought I'd pop on and have a live chat. A lot of the country right now is in the middle of what's called a polar vortex. If you look at a weather map, right across all the states that usually don't get this cold, there's a major winter storm raging. People that are usually nice and sunny, while we're freezing on the lake, are experiencing this weather. My suggestion to people would be to stock up on an alternate source of heat, such as a Mr. Heater and some propane. For example, the little 1 pound cylinders of propane. Hey, Monk Gaming, how you doing, buddy? We're in the middle of a polar vortex. I just went and did a mystery shop in a blizzard at the Home Depot to see what supplies that they had. The other thing that I'd recommend is to make sure that you have extra water on hand. No, Monk, I didn't forget you at all. It's good to see you again. I know that you already subscribed, so I didn't ask you. In addition, I'm trying to go over some stuff for people that are in this winter storm so they can be better prepared or know what to look for. One of the first things I want to suggest is to get a Mr. Heater. They're a portable, sort of indoor safe heater. And they're very important if your power goes out, because you got to get your pipes to stay. Oh, Nathan, praise Jesus, King of Kings. Shout out to Nathan. We all need Jesus right now, believe me. This whole world doesn't seem to care, but I care. And thank you, Nathan. Nathan, if you have not subscribed, please do so. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 925 right now. Anyway, I'm talking about winter storm preparedness to try and help those caught in the polar vortex. Okay, first of all, Mr. Heater. They make a whole line of indoor safe propane heaters. You got to have a crack like about 3 inches in a window or some airflow. And they generally have a grill in front of them. They're a ceramic carbide heating element. They use 1 pound propane cylinders. You'll get about 6 hours out of a 1 hour propane, out of a 1 pound propane cylinder. But they also make these things called propane growlers that are 5 gallons of propane. There are about 8 or 10 of these cylinders. You can refill them. They're much better for the environment. It's about $3 to $4. You can get those at Sportsman's Warehouse, or you could. And they have an adapter to go on the Mr. Heaters. You can heat a well-sized room with the smallest Mr. Heater. You can heat your basement to keep your pipes from freezing. I recommend having 2 of them. One of the nicest Mr. Heaters. Yeah, you can get Strickland propane. I don't know. My family's pretty, I don't know if it's this weather or what. We're all just going our own ways right now. I had a long week at work, even though it was a short week. We were short-staffed. People were sick. We had to take care of people, the customers, and was looking forward to a relaxing day, but we had to get some work done in the car. I went out and did this video, so now I'm kind of chilling out with you guys. My son has to go to work. My wife is out working out. I just worked out and came back. We crossed in the road pretty much, and I'm here. But yeah, Mr. Heater, it's very important. Propane heater, propane. Keep your house warm in a power failure. It's not safe to just turn on your gas stove. Secondly, flashlights. It's amazing how many friends that I have. I felt happy after talking with you, Monk. That's maybe why I do these live chats. Yeah, I'm 58. I gotta work out like 2 or 3 times a week to keep up with the young guys. And also, I got a fatty liver. I don't know why. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink a whole lot, but I like cheesecake. And it went down. So a little healthier than I was. Got to keep it up. Good morning, and thank you guys so much again for the kind of help. I have good times with you guys in a couple weeks so we can see what happens. Hey. All right. So basically, going back to winter preparedness. Secondly, they make these things that you can put outside your house, or if you have like a hose attachment in the cold weather, they're kind of like a styrofoam cooler thing with a little hook that goes around, and then you can cinch it, and it insulates your outside hose thing from freezing. They also make insulation that you can put around your water pipes. That again is also styrofoam. I recommend that, so your pipes stay warmer longer. Besides an alternate heat source and a way to have light in a power outage, I would recommend candles. Candles are a great thing to have as long as you burn them safely. Have a fire extinguisher. I would recommend you guys also have extra water, extra food, nice blankets, board games. My personal favorite is headlamps. If you look at my mystery shop of the Home Depot video, it's got a whole 8 views now. Basically, they have a 3-pack of Defiant headlamps for $9.97. Okay, that's one for every member of the family for $3, and you're set in a power outage. So there's no excuse. I have friends who say, "Gee, if something happens, my camping adventures, we'll just come over your house." I don't have enough for everybody. And the other issue is, gee, okay, if the roads are impassable, if you're in the middle of a power outage, we had power lines down, you're going to come to my house. Okay? Get your own flashlights, get your own heat source, get your own blankets, get some easy to prepare or eat food. I don't care if it's granola bars, oatmeal that you can heat up. If you have a gas stove and you can light it, have a way to stay warm, have a way to have water, have a way to feed yourself. Another thing I recommend is they make RV antifreeze. If things really get bad, you can pour that down your toilets and down your sinks to keep you from having problems. I am from northwestern Pennsylvania in the USA on the shores of Lake Erie. We're in the middle of a polar vortex right now. Hey, you know what? Think again. I'm going to miss my generation too. Because I'm going to be honest with you. The crap that I do and the crap that people my age do, I look around and a lot of the younger people, they don't want to do that. They rely on us to do that. But guess what? We're getting old. We're wearing out. Who's going to replace us? And as tough as I am, as knowledgeable and as versatile as I am, I couldn't hold a candle to the generation that came before me. So it's been a downward slide. I had to do and learn how to do everything myself because nobody taught me. I had to teach myself how to sew. I hate taking out the garbage. I hate taking out the recycling. And whatever job I've had, at my house my entire life for 58.5 years. I've had to take out the garbage and the recycling. Yes, I do have a son. He's done it once or twice. I have a wife, but it's kind of like looked upon as, well, wait till you do that. And my thought process is, if you see something that needs to be done and you can do it, do it. It's a tyranny of time, I think. It really is a tyranny of time. And as I'm getting older, I see that other people are more than willing to allocate your time to do stuff they don't want to do, to put off from having to do it for themselves. And if they can get you to do it for them, they will. And it's not a matter of not being nice. Here's the weird thing. I've had more kindness. I've had more, how can I say, interaction with perfect strangers from all around the world that have become friends chatting on this YouTube channel. And people in real life, the people that you do the most for, sometimes appreciate it the least. And I think that's just a sad commentary on our society, on ourselves, and it's wrong. So I try and appreciate people. I'm even thankful my son got me Pop-Tarts for Christmas. Yeah. And you know what I get? Like when you go out in traffic and you got to get out somewhere and theoretically you have the right of way and people are blowing through, like one out of 10 people will be kind and nice and let you through. I am hardly ever in that much of a hurry where it's so urgent. So basically, what I do is I just let everybody else go that has someplace more important than me to be. Then I go. And to be honest with you, I'm happier that way. Uh, God bless Think Again. God bless Monk Gaming. If you can like, share, and subscribe if you have not, I'd appreciate that. Again, this is the My Camping Adventures channel. I'm kind of in my man cave family room area. That's where I get to go and hang out. Show you guys something cool. I got a betta fish up there. His name is Buck. Buck the betta fish. He's my buddy. I swear he watches TV with me. And he also lives in the Krusty Krab from the SpongeBob SquarePants show. I got him his own little Krusty Krab, and he lives in there and he sleeps in there. And I'll tell you what, all I got to do is give him some food pellets every day, and I got a good friend. Anyway, this is the My Camping Adventures channel. If you're in the middle of the polar vortex, both Lowe's and Home Depots in our areas seem to be well stocked. Make sure that you have a flashlight, blankets, an alternate heat source, extra water, and some food in your car, a way to stay warm if you get stranded. Yeah, Monk Gaming, that's why I started this channel. My camping adventures, to go out and live a little. What I'm finding out, Monk, is they want you to work all the time, your whole entire life. They take most of what you make in taxes and fees and this and that. Everybody else tries to get you to sign up for never-ending subscriptions so that all your disposable income and all your income goes to that. And then, if you have a child, you have to pay this, that, and everything for them. And that takes all your disposable income. And then they want you to work until you're too old to work anymore. And they want to medicate you and stick you in an old age home till you run out of your benefits. And then they want you to expire. And even when you go on vacation, you're usually thinking about work or problems or this or that. And you're spending a lot of money that you have to work to make up. My thought process is that's wrong. Because the people that are at the top of the chain that are making the most off of everybody else, they're eating the Wagyu beef, they're enjoying their lives. And that's okay. If you've done stuff that you've honestly made an income and you've honestly employed people and you've made sure that they're, have enough to live on and taking care of the best you can. Hey, more power to you having that bigger house, that bigger car. But everybody has basic rights and basic needs. And there's enough to make sure those are taken care of, not just handed out for free. Okay, there are certain people that can't work. There are certain people that have disabilities. There are certain people that are down on their luck or this and that. They need some help. Give them a hand up, but don't give them a handout. Everybody who is given a handout, they can do something. They could pick up trash in the park. They can do something to help benefit the rest of society. Yep. I love going outside and going camping and having adventures. Most people think nowadays that that's crazy. They want a guided adventure. They want a hotel. They want this and that. The problem is going out and doing all that takes time, takes effort, takes energy, takes resources. I'd love to have a yurt on my land and just be able to go sit out there in any weather and listen to the stream and have friends over and have some joyful times. I don't mind working hard. I don't mind helping other people. But it seems like this world wants us all to do that and focus really on vain things that mean nothing. Okay, got another pair of sneakers, but am I happy? And then when you do find something stupid that makes you happy, like I'm really getting into the tropical smoothie cafe with their caramelized pineapple yogurt cinnamon smoothie. And well, that's $8. Well, okay. I just paid $8,000 to college for what? That professor's making what? To tell my kid to buy a book and do what? Okay, well, good. Hopefully he learns. And maybe that's what it costs. But I also think then I can go get my $8 smoothie. And that's how everybody thinks that the indulgence or the pleasure that they like, as long as it's not like evil or hurting other people, is great. But if somebody else has like a different joy, you may like pizza. Okay, you may like having a cocktail every once in a while. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe I don't like cocktails. Maybe I don't like alcohol. Maybe I don't like pizza. Doesn't mean that that's not your little joy, and you shouldn't be able to have that. I have worked every single day of my life except for 2 weeks since I've been 16. I've never taken a handout. I've never taken assistance. Yet, think again, everything is being raised exponentially, and our wages are not. So when everything costs 30% more than it cost 2 years ago, and you have new expenses, and you have more taxes, and maybe you have the same or less income and 4 or 5 years left of ability to earn a living, and that's struggle. So basically, I would say the best thing that you guys can do is invest in things that will cost more later. Because that case of water that you buy now for $5 is probably pretty soon going to be $7, and that'll last you 2 years. So you're kind of getting it on sale by buying it at regular price now, unfortunately. That's my thought. The Mr. Heaters that I got last year on sale are now $20 more this year, and you can't find them. So I'm very happy that I got that last year. Well, my happiest day, I would say, is when I called out to Jesus and said I wanted to re-put my life in his hands and to make a path for me. And the next week I ended up at a Baptist church and read John 3:16, got rebaptized in Lake Erie, and popped out. And then I prayed to God who I should marry because I didn't trust myself. And said, give me a sign. Put that person in the same car that I had. And I met her the very next day. So those were my two happiest days because I know there was somebody up there that I could go to that would listen to me and give me feedback. And that I tried to be light instead of darkness from that point. And it hasn't been sunshine and roses, but it hasn't been thinking that we're all alone in this ball anymore. And so my other happiest times are when I'm out in the woods and it's peaceful and I'm walking along this one path in the forest by this stream and it's just me within miles and it's a sunny day and you can hear the birds so you know everything's okay. And I go to this spot, call it my $1 million view, put up my hammock, look out over the hill down into the stream, and I look across the stream, and I imagine if there's a Bigfoot, that's where he'd be looking at me. Monk, it's got to be the first one. Thank you, Think Again. You know, all these channels that put on, I find that these channels that, you know, like, how can I say? If I was young and cute and did stupid things, I'd have 1 million subscribers. Not knocking them if they got something that people want to watch, but I think that the subscribers that I have are great. I think that the chats we have are great. I like meeting people from all around the world, and I like just sharing my adventures. I like doing mystery shots for people. I've had people say to me, thank you for going and filming this adventure. I'm stuck in my apartment or this and that right now or in the city, and I can't get out, but I can watch you. And believe me, I'm not professional. They're not edited. There's no AI. You're going to see the GoPro fly off my Jeep and fall into the well of where the break is. You're going to see me trip and fall. You're going to see the good and the bad. I'd really like you guys to check out Creepy Hike to Hector Falls and Return to Hector Falls. They're two of my favorite videos on this channel. And they're some of the most interesting experiences I've had in the outdoors. It is 3:20 p.m. Monk, my mom, and my dad are long since passed away. My mom passed away in 1997, and my dad passed away at the age of 92 in 2012. Well, go you, Monk Gaming. Go you. Hey, and you know what? Every time you say India, I gotta go find some Indian butter chicken, man, or it's gonna drive me crazy. I've been wanting to eat some Indian butter chicken since I think like June of this year, and I think there's one Indian restaurant in our city that makes it. I'm gonna have to go get some. That's okay. I appreciate that. My dad was a World War II veteran. He was in the 82nd Airborne. He went all across Africa. He was surrounded in a wheat field with his unit by the Italians. It's kind of funny because he's Sicilian. And they surrendered to him when they ran out of ammo. He got put up in a hotel for 39 days and they fed him spaghetti. And they surrendered to them when the Americans came. If it had been the N words, my dad would have been just mowed down and killed, and I wouldn't have been here talking to you guys right now. You know what I like? I always like whenever I see an Indian show, like when you guys have like a wedding or something, there's always that like Indian dancing with the cymbals and the clacking and all that. At least that's what we see here. And I'm like, oh, that's really cool. I actually have a niece that might be going to India like around in August. So I'll have to get some dishes from you, Monk, to tell her to try. Yeah, and here's another funny story about my dad. They found gold coins in a cave, and there's such a thing as war booty. I don't know what the legality of it was, but all the guys in his squad that found it, they each filled a sock with the gold coins and put them in their rucksack. My dad got injured by a grenade in his ankle, and when he woke up in the field hospital and all his gear was there, of course the gold was gone. But just one of the interesting stories. Another story that my dad told me was that they were assigned to guard this road and not let anything come down them past this road. In the old days, they had these things called bazookas. You put the shell in the back and fire it out the front. And so they heard something coming down the road, and he aimed the bazooka, and they fired the bazooka, and it was a camel. So they blew this camel in two, unfortunately. And he said the front half of the camel went another 100 feet walking, and the back half of the camel went another 100 feet walking, and it fell over. And I said, well, what did you guys do then? And he just kind of looked at me and he said, well, we had camel for dinner. True story. Like I said, the generation before mine, tough as nails. My generation, what I do, the generation after me, I don't know, man. We better stay alive for another 20 years. Yeah, I think that you guys have a little bit more respect for your parents, unfortunately, than has been learned in our culture. And that's a sad thing. I won't, Monk. Hey, you know what? If I got a friend like you in India, I'm happy. I'm happy. There's a nice girl in England, has a channel called Grace's Bracelets. She makes little bracelets and things. Shout out to her. She's my friend. There's a guy, Sakias, in Finland. Nice kid. He lives kind of in rural area of Finland out in the middle of nowhere. He's my friend. I have friends now in Pakistan. I have friends in England. I have friends in Mexico. I have friends in India. All just chatting on here. But you're all generally have a good heart. And we all have a lot in common. And that's what's nice about this and why I wanted to do this channel. So this is the My Camping Adventures channel. Might go live a little later. Just wanted to have a live chat. Please like, click, share, and subscribe. And stay safe in this polar vortex. And like I said, shout out to my friend Monk Gaming. Take care.